Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. It is Monday, May 8th, and tonight was Monday Night Raw. It was kind of a odd day for WWE as something interesting happened. I don't know if you guys are aware or not. I did post it out on Twitter, Facebook, and I think I did it on Instagram. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I did because you can't post links on Instagram. Anyways. So because Raw was over in London at the O2 Arena, it was taped early. I live in California, so I'm on the West Coast here in the United States. And it started, if it was my time, it started around 11:30-ish. Well, I don't know how this happened, but I guess as they were filming, they were also sending a live feed to television to the broadcast partners they have. You know, USA Network, Sky, 10 Sports. And it got intercepted, I guess, and it was streaming online. So I literally watched Raw today live from like 11:30 a.m. till 2:30 p.m. around that time frame. It was very weird. I don't know how this happened. It wasn't like somebody was in the O2 Arena and periscoping. No, it was a full-blown HD, the Monday Night Raw, minus commercials. We saw a little bit backstage stuff as far as like when they were changing the ring ropes for the cruiserweight stuff. It was very, very weird. But I do want to say that Raw was a blowaway show, to be honest. Only two things of importance even happened. One, everybody predicted, and the other one, we knew it was happening, we just didn't know when. And yeah, let's see who's here with us in the chat right now. We've got Stop the One, Nicholas Schultz, Just for Fun Gaming, Joe Brown, Andres Susida, Yashwarn Han Boholsi, Derek Boak, MMA Matt, Jay Flight, Boss Gamer. Let's see, 564 Plumber. What's going on, guys? Matt MMA 559 Porterville. No, that's I'm out of Fresno. Let's see. I mean, if I had to, you guys are saying, you know, giving your ratings for Raw, and if I had to give it a rating, I mean, MMA Matt said it perfectly. It was a passable show. It wasn't like a horrible show, but it was nothing good. It wasn't like I would say go watch any of it. Like last week I would have said, you know, the show wasn't that good except for the main event. But even tonight, I'm just like, if you missed it, you missed it. It wasn't anything to be like, oh, I have to go watch this segment or I have to go watch this segment. No, it's a fact of the whole show was just a blow-away to me, in all honesty. If I had to rate it, I'd give it a 5 or a 6. That's on the good side. So, let's see. But I don't know. We're going to take calls here in a little bit. Let's get started with talking about what actually did take place, though, on Monday Night Raw. So the show starts off backstage segment, and Dean Ambrose gets a call from Kurt Angle. Kurt tells him that he will not be there at the show tonight, and says that, you know, Ambrose is in charge. Angle said that his wife... Ambrose asked if Angle got the pictures he sent him. Angle said his wife opened them. Angle got permission to be the acting GM, like I said, and they went on from there. Robert Cathy, is this live or pre-taped like Raw? Nice one. What's going on, Sarah Small? So Ambrose goes out to the ring, does his usual talking stuff, you know, his goofy Dean Ambrose stuff, and The Miz comes out. And Miz said that he received a phone call today as well, but from Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon told Miz that he was in charge, so that means that they were co-general managers for the night. And I really feel like this didn't live up to what it could have been. Yeah, they were both general managers for the night, but it could have been a lot better. Dean Ambrose then made a match saying that Finn Balor would be taking on not Seth Rollins, but The Miz in the first match of the night. And Ambrose said at Extreme Rules he was going to put a beating on The Miz and he was going to walk away Intercontinental Champion. But We did learn later on that that match isn't taking place at Extreme Rules. It is taking place next week on Raw instead. I mean, they could still do the match at Extreme Rules. Either Miz wins next week and they get some, and they do the rematch at Extreme Rules, or there's some sort of a DQ or a countout finish towards the Miz or something, and he gets a rematch at Extreme Rules. So they still could do the match at Extreme Rules, but I don't know. It just all depends on how next week's Raw goes with the Intercontinental title match. There was a spot where Kalisto came out, no reaction from the crowd. He said he isn't done with Braun Strowman and talked about beating Strowman in the dumpster match. Strowman smiled, and there was what sounded like piped crowd noises. Kalisto said that no one treats him like garbage. They screamed at Ambrose to give him a rematch. Strowman said that he can beat Kalisto with one arm tied behind his back, since technically that's how he is because he's in a sling. And he said that even though he's injured, he'll take on Kalisto. So they made the match Kalisto versus Braun Strowman later on in the night. Robert Cathy says the Miz Ambrose segment was kind of flat. Oh, very, very flat. Like I said, the first match of the night was The Miz versus Finn Balor. Balor threw a AJ Styles Okada caliber drop kick in the opening minutes of the match. Balor caught a Pele kick to build a comeback. The Miz he then kicked The Miz across the face on the apron. Maurice distracted the referee and threw Balor into the ref, who had his back turned. Miz grabbed the microphone and ordered the referee to disqualify Balor for attacking the referee. He said, on my show, if I'm the authority figure, referees are not to be touched by the talent. This then led Dean Ambrose to come out and ordered the match to be started over, but Maurice was kicked out of ringside, barred from ringside. Balor hit a sling blade, drop kick, coup de grace, pinned The Miz in about 11 and a half seconds. Let's see. Sarah Small says, Kalisto is so boring. Bruce Campbell says, I know this just got better because I'm here. What's going on, Bruce? Michael Brent is here as well. Again, they make Bray look weak. Very much so. Thomas Paramore says, boring Raw. Very boring. Like I said, there was really nothing of note other than two things that it was stuff that we knew was going to happen anyways. Let's see. Alexa Bliss then bumped into Nia Jax backstage. Nia said, last week you were talking down to everybody, but why did you not talk like that to me? And Alexa tried to play it off like, I talked about everybody. I don't know what I said to who. I don't know who said what to what. And Alexa so Alexa finally was like, you know what? It's because I respect you, and I think you've got a lot to prove, and I think this and that of you. So Nia said, when you're done with Bayley, I want the next championship match. Alexa goes, well, I can try, but that's up to Kurt Angle. Nia then said, well, until that time, I've got your back. So I guess Nia's going to be, the muscle for Alexa Bliss until she finally turns on her. Let's take this call right here. Okay. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Good, and you? I got a couple of questions.
Go for it.
First, I'm going to say, how do you like the tape Raws? Do you like them, or they're boring, or...
You can't say they're boring. It's just a Raw. The only difference is that you get spoilers. And for some reason today we were actually able to watch it live on the internet. I don't know how that happened. But you can't really say that, it's boring because it was taped. No, it's going to be like any other Raw. It's just the fact that we get spoilers.
Yeah, to me, it's not boring, but it's it doesn't feel the same, because I'm already used to watching it live.
Right.
And stuff. And, I have other questions, too.
Sure.
You think now that the Hardy Boys, I don't know if it's going to happen, but you think Jeff will ever bring, Willow to WWE, or you think that's too dark for
Honestly,
WWE?
We don't know. Honestly, I couldn't say. If I had to say, I would say more on the side of no. but it all depends on which route they go once they do get the broken gimmick.
Yeah, because I was thinking that a couple of weeks ago, like, that if they bring that, they could use Willow too.
Right.
But I don't know if TNA's gonna let them with that but I think that's Jeff's. He created that, didn't he?
Right, but I don't know exactly. It's the same thing with Matt created the broken Matt gimmick, but it's the fact of, did Jeff ever use the Willow character in any other company before TNA? Did he use it on television anywhere before TNA? That's the big question.
No, the only time I've seen it before he used it in TNA was in their YouTube show.
Right,
they had
their Hardy Boys show that they used to put out on DVD. There's like 7 seasons.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen Itchweed as well.
Right. That's what I was thinking as well.
And you think Braun Strowman's gonna pull a John Cena like in 2013, or he's gonna actually go take the surgery like?
Oh, he's getting the surgery. He's gonna be out for up to 4 to 8 weeks. He's got an elbow issue. I don't know exactly when they found out about this or when the actual injury occurred, but word broke today that he's got an elbow issue, he needs surgery, and he may miss Great Balls of Fire. He may be out that long.
Yeah, I think that happened when Roman Reigns was hitting him with the door.
It could have, but I have heard something as well. It's not confirmed, but there is a rumor saying that it happened before that match. So that's why I haven't said anything, because I don't know exactly when the time frame of the injury is.
And have you heard anything with Mike Bennett and Maria?
Again, haven't heard anything since, what was it, right after WrestleMania when they did SmackDown in Boston and they were apparently backstage. Other than that, all I know is that both sides are interested, but nothing's been actually worked on as far as a contract.
And the other thing was, you know how they're making a Vince movie?
Right.
If they ever, who will you ever put as celebrities play his role in Linda and Stephanie McMahon and stuff like that?
Oh, I don't even know. I mean, I've heard a lot of people saying Tom Cruise for Vince. I don't know if that would work. As far as Linda, Shane, and Stephanie, I haven't even put much thought into it, to be honest.
Okay, that's all I have for tonight.
All right. Thank you for the call, and have a great night.
You
too. Let's see. You guys are chatting away here in the chat. Let's see. Bruce Campbell says, no Willow. Robert Cathy as well. No, don't bring Willow to WWE. A lot of you guys don't like Willow. Signature Kevin says someone make the Strowman Club shirt. That'd be a nice one. We've actually had people buy our I'm a Jinder Mahal guy shirt. We've sold some. Robert Cathy, when is someone going to hack Sasha Banks and Naomi's phones? That stuff's unfortunate. If you guys are unaware, Charlotte was hacked over the weekend, and she had photos that leaked online. And then there was also photos and a video of former WWE superstar Victoria that also leaked online. Victoria had some photos leaked back when the Paige thing happened, and then it happened again this past weekend. Let's see. Robert Cathy says Tom Cruise can play Crazy Vince. Just for Fun Gaming, Nick Cage should play Vince. Hey, there's so Joe Brown wants Willow. He says, I want Willow. Stop the one. Roses are red. Violets aren't blue. Raw is poo. Just like Roman's push. Huh? Okay. You almost rhymed it, I guess. Bullet Club versus Shield. What's your thoughts on Alicia's shoulder off the mat? That was a very interesting thing. That was one thing that did have me thinking, was that supposed to happen? Or was that something that happened so they ran with it? Because the way that they ran with it so quickly leads me to believe that was storyline. That, Sasha went for the pin. We'll talk about it here in a minute. The match will be coming up. But Sasha went for the pin, and they were kind of like scrambling. Alicia's shoulder came up in the middle of the 2 and 3, and the referee just counted it because he was on the other side. I think it's a story. I think it's work. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, they really, like, Corey Graves went to it quick as far as, oh, her shoulder was up, her shoulder was up, her shoulder was up. So that's one big thing that makes me think that it was work. Boss Gamer says, thanks for the link. Not a problem. I mean, if I was going to watch it, I was going to share it all with you guys as well. The DWA show. I know it is a way away, but who do you think will face Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire? I will be attending the event. It was supposed to be Braun Strowman. Still can, but with Strowman now needing elbow surgery, that's off the table almost, as far as he's going to be out for 1 to 2 months. So it's going to be tough. I mean, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, maybe. I know that they're going to be scrambling because once Braun gets the surgery, which he should probably be getting, well, I don't even know when Braun's going to actually get the surgery because they're overseas right now. If they were just in the States already, I'd say, oh, they're going to send him to Alabama on Wednesday or Friday. He'll get the surgery. They'll know by Monday what the prognosis is as far as how long he's going to be out of action. But with them being overseas, do they just keep him on the tour, let him do minimal things like he has been doing and wait, or are they going to send him home immediately? That's the big question. Robert Cathy says, Alicia Fox is such a waste of time. Why is she still employed by WWE? I mean, she's been around in WWE. This is her 11th year in the company. Think about that. DeAndre Dukes, what's going on? He says, wonder who's going to challenge for Alicia Fox on 205 Live. I don't know. Let me see something really fast. Let's see. Michael Brent says, now we have to see Dolph Ziggler, a.k.a. Billy Gunn, a.k.a. Shawn Michaels. Let's see. Robert Cathy, talk about the greatest ever. Jim Ross coming back to WWE. I need details. Jim Ross is actually going to be doing commentary with Nigel McGuinness for the WWE UK live show. I haven't got the exact timetable as far as when the show is going to start on the WWE network, but it's supposed to start this month as far as it's all building up to a championship match at NXT TakeOver, which is in 2 weeks. So I think either this week or next they're going to start airing it. And Jim Ross did reveal this morning on his, I guess, blog, his website, that he and Nigel McGuinness will be doing the commentary for the UK show. If you remember, when they did the UK tournament, it was Nigel and Michael Cole. So Jim Ross is taking the Michael Cole spot, which, in all honesty, great improvement. Just for Fun Gaming, did you see Ambrose tease Great Balls of Fire by saying he came up with the name of a new pay-per-view? I saw that, but Ambrose throws out wacky lines all the time. It was whatever. Joe Brown, love Aleister Black. Aleister Black, I don't know if this is like a full-on main roster debut or not, but Aleister Black did compete tonight at Raw as far as the main event tapings. He defeated... Who was it? He defeated Kurt Hawkins. Let's see. All right, so let's see. Go back to the Raw notes. Before I get going there, I do want to say, if you guys do want to help out the channel here, you can go to our Gawk box where you can donate your time. Doesn't cost you anything. You go to gawkbox.com/PWUnlimited, interact with the website, download an app, watch a 15 or 30 second video clip, and then their sponsors, their advertisers, tip us. Doesn't cost you anything, just takes a couple minutes of your time. Also, you can go to our TeePublic store where you can get any of our t-shirts, and our t-shirt designs can also be purchased on stickers, cell phone cases, sweaters. I mean, there's multiple different merchandise options there you can check out. Link for the TeePublic store is in the description below. Also, there's 2 ways you can just, if you want to just donate to the channel, you can do so either if you're here on the live stream, you can do so by hitting the super chat button right there in the live chat, or there's a link in the description. You can head over to our Streamlabs page. Head over there and you can donate there. If you do donate one of our actual trigger donation amounts, then we'll get a cool animation and audio trigger on the screen during this live stream. So like I said, you can go over. The link is in the description, youtube.streamlabs.com/pro wrestling unlimited. Donate one of the trigger amounts and see what happens. It's pretty cool. If you want, you can just super chat, hit that super chat button, donate. There's a special trigger for that one as well. Ryan Armstrong, what is with Titus O'Neil punching a guy recently? Okay, so Titus O'Neil, back when they were filming Swerved, Titus was on the show, and apparently he got shocked. And then one of the cameramen, something happened with the cameraman, and I guess he laughed at Titus or something, and Titus got pissed off, so he attacked the cameraman. The cameraman is now saying that he's got an injured finger and an injured hand and an injured wrist, and he's suing Titus O'Neil personally for $1.2 million. I don't know if the guy's going to win or not, but it's all over. TMZ's got the story. I mean, it's all over on all these different websites. So Titus is getting in trouble again. They were going to push him as a non-wrestling character. It looked like he was going to become a manager with the Titus brand, start his own little faction, but I don't know. If he's got this on him now, WWE might be like, ooh, guy, we're going to take a step back. Take a little step back. Robert Cathy, Titus O'Neil's hanging on by a thread. WWE's going to fire him soon. I'm surprised he didn't get fired when he grabbed Vince last year. Art Pan says WWE should create a Trios Championship. It is slowly gaining great feedback. There's the Trios Championship in New Japan that does well. There's the new Trios Championship in Ring of Honor that does well. They got him down there in Mexico, the Trios Championship. I just don't know if there's enough guys in the WWE, especially with the brand split itself, to do a Trios Championship. Because, I mean, thinking about it, there's no real factions in WWE. There's no, like, 3-man teams or 4-man teams where you can, other than the New Day. And you're not just going to throw random guys together. I mean, what are you going to do? Add AJ back to the club and then boom, they're the Trios champions, or Finn or whatever. It's just, I don't know. Before we get back here, I want to say if you want to call into the show tonight, the phone number on your screen, 559-475-8473. The line is open if you guys want to call. But let's get back to SmackDown. So we talked about Finn Balor versus The Miz. Finn Balor was victorious. Then we talked about how Nia Jax is going to have Alexa Bliss's back until she gets a championship match, because apparently she wants to make sure she's taking on Alexa. And from that, we then had Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James in a non-title match. Jax joined Bliss at ringside. Bayley came out with Mickie James, and the crowd didn't care for the match at all. All the crowd wanted to do was chant that Bayley song. Let's see. They started chanting Mickie a little bit, but then Bayley, they just started singing the Bayley song pretty much the entire match. Bliss focused on Mickey's arm for a lot of the match. James caught a flapjack and went to the top rope, but Jax grabbed her leg. Bayley jumped on Jax with a crossbody off the steps. Bliss tripped James off the top rope and pinned her. Like, the match was, I think that's how the match was supposed to go. It seemed like a cluster, but it almost seemed like, it was just supposed to be this too much interference type of match. It's where Nia interfered this time. Then Bayley tried to have Mickey's back, and then Mickie got distracted, and so Alexa just took advantage of the distraction. Boom, boom, boom. Like, it was weird. After the match, Bayley chased Bliss to the back in the ring. Nia Jax, very upset. Seemed like, she got embarrassed by Bayley. So then she gave Mickie James a running splash in the corner and then an elbow drop. We then see Miz backstage. He was mad at Dean Ambrose because Ambrose was restarting his match. Ambrose was backstage and saying, "Hey, Miz, go home. I got nothing for you to do. I'm taking care of all the GM duties. Don't worry about it, bro." And he's like, "No, I'm not going home. I'm making a match. You already cut my Miz TV segment. I was supposed to have Miz TV with one of the guys from the One Direction." And then he said, "You know what? For that, you're going to fight tonight. Dean Ambrose against Bray Wyatt." Charlie Caruso then interviewed Samoa Joe backstage. She started to ask Joe about Seth Rollins and the match that they had at Payback. Joe said Rollins lives his life on Joe's terms, and their feud isn't over until he says it's over. Joe says Rollins will hear every knee joint pop because Rollins' life is about to get very, very loud. As that was going on, Seth Rollins then did jump Samoa Joe from behind, and this led to a match being made for later on in the night, Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor. Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hello, nigga.
Okay. New rule. If your number comes up as an unknown number, we will not answer it here on the live show, just for future reference. We then had the Kalisto versus Braun Strowman match, and this was not a match at all. So Strowman grabbed the microphone as the match was supposed to start and said, "I'm not wrestling. I'm injured." "Really? You think I'm going to wrestle?" And then the ref just rings the bell. So as Kalisto was trying to talk to the ref, like, what's going on? What are we doing here? He was then attacked by Braun Strowman. Roman Reigns then came out within like 30 seconds to a thunder of boos. Thunderous, loud, extremely loud boos. Took down Braun Strowman, hit him with multiple Superman punches. Outside the ring, inside the ring. They fought outside the ring. Roman then grabbed a steel chair. And then Kalisto kind of just disappeared. Strowman at one point charged at Reigns, went into the post, that Braun Strowman thing, where he'll run at somebody and then they move out of the way at the last second and he hits the turnbuckle on the outside. Reigns then rammed Strowman's left shoulder into the post repeatedly. Crowd started doing dueling chants about "Let's go Strowman, Roman sucks." And like I said, he then grabbed the chair, slammed it across Roman's shoulder about 3 times, or more, about 4 times I think it was. Strowman then retreated into the crowd as Roman Reigns tried to, I guess, pander to the crowd and do his little "I'm going to raise my arms on the ropes" gimmick. I don't know. The crowd just hated Roman. They were booing the crap out of Roman. So that was apparently supposed to set up an injury to Braun Strowman. And I guess they're going to say that the rotator cuff injury is the injury that's going to keep him out of action for 4 to 8 weeks, I guess. But like we found out today via Pro Wrestling Sheet, Braun Strowman's got an elbow issue that needs surgery. Let's get back here to the chat, see what you guys are saying. Signature Kevin, when are WWE going to start releasing people? I don't know, especially with the brand split right now. It doesn't look like they're gonna really be releasing many people. I know last week there were a few guys released from NXT and down there in developmental. Ryan Armstrong said, "No Bailey buddies." Nope, no Bailey buddies tonight. I guess it was too much to bring them overseas. Just like the LED boards for the ring and for the turnbuckle posts. Because I did not notice. Well, hold on. Let me see something. Yeah, they only did, instead of having the multiple LED boards around the ring, they only had the one this week on the hard camera side. Joe Brown, Sanity is trio, Wyatt, Fam, Shield, New Day. There's potential a way, but I think they need a tournament. But that's the thing, okay? Wyatts are broken up. Bray's on one show, Rowan and Harper on the other, may start feuding. The Shield, I don't think the Shield should get back together at all. Sanity, they're in NXT. Yeah, they could bring them up, but then, really? New Day? Okay, so you got the Sanity and you got New Day. But there's not enough there. I mean, you can, like in in New Japan, they throw 3 random guys together here and there to make, the trios championship matches. But I don't know. I just don't think it would work in WWE, honestly. MMA Matt says, women's multi-match always seems like a cluster. It's very true. Robert Cathy, if Seth was heel, I'm all in for him going for the belt, but face Seth is kind of boring. I think it's because everyone just got used to Seth Rollins with the authority, and he was so great then as a heel that's what you expect of Seth Rollins. Nicholas Schultz says, Alexa stealing Big Show's KO punch. Signature Kevin Titus O'Neil, if he is a manager, could be like AW. AW? Who are you talking about there? Are you talking about Abraham Washington? Now here's the issue with Titus being a manager, though. It's a DDP issue. He's too tall. He's bigger than a lot of the guys, and you don't want your manager to be bigger than the talent. So, Robert Cathy, wasn't WWE supposed to make Darren Young great again? Darren Young is injured with the also elbow injury. He actually had shoulder on his elbow. He was doing a match. Oh, what was it? It was like a main event match or something. And he was on the ring apron, and he fell, and his elbow literally hit the side of the ring, bent backwards the opposite way it's supposed to bend, and swole up like 3 times as big. And it's a horrible thing to see. Ken Forbes, can you start doing Impact reviews? I don't get Pop TV, so I can't watch Impact. I mean, there's ways I can, but it's not like I can just turn it on my TV and watch it, unfortunately. Plus, I've done Impact reviews before, and the views are not there. People they like the Impact spoilers, but as far as doing a review every week, people just don't like it. I've talked about Impact stuff, and the Impact stuff get less views than WWE and the Ring of Honor and all those other things. So it's just an issue of what the fan base here on Pro Wrestling Limited really wants. MMA Matt says Braun is great and is a bummer he's injured. Very much so. Boss Gamer says I missed the New Day. They should be back soon. Kofi wasn't supposed to be out that long. Maybe they come in after Backlash. That would be a good time. Just, save them till after Backlash. They can challenge the Usos or Breezango. I doubt Breezango's getting the tag titles, but they could. Be something different. But if the Usos, if New Day is supposed to be challenging for the tag titles, they're going to be heel or baby faces, so I would assume New Day keeps them titles. Arpan says, has WWE and ICW come to an agreement yet? Here's the thing. One day Vince is like, yeah, we can make money off of putting these other promotions on our network. It'd be good business, this and that. And then the next day, Vince just comes to his guys and says, you know what? It's the WWE network for a reason. We're WWE. We only want our WWE stuff. We don't want other people. So he's been going back and forth. So the discussions have kind of slowed down. I don't know exactly where they're at anymore. When the news first broke, it was like, hey, this could happen within the next month or two. But it's literally Vince going back and forth with, I want to do it, and then I don't want to do it, so I don't know. I might go to Money in the Bank. Awesome. I am hearing that a high candidate to win the Money in the Bank could be, why am I not thinking? Baron Corbin. They may put Money in the Bank briefcase on Baron Corbin, but I don't know. I don't know who, to be honest, I don't know who else on SmackDown they could do it with. Baron Corbin would be a good person to put it on. Jaden Beavis, I heard Adam Cole is going to be at NXT Chicago. Adam Cole and WWE have not talked. Adam Cole has become a free agent as far as the first. But last I heard, WWE is actually, they may wait a little bit to talk with Adam Cole. Adam Cole, he's still working with Ring of Honor as far as he's going to work the next pay-per-view. I think he may be working a few more shows with New Japan. That's not for sure, though. But as far as WWE goes, I can't confirm any of that. Because WWE has been kind of taking a step back with Ring of Honor guys because of the mess they got in with Kyle O'Reilly. So, as far as the Adam Cole thing, nobody can confirm that right now. I mean, he could, if they do come to some sort of an agreement in time for that, it's not like he can wrestle there, because he's still going to have to go through medicals, and then his background check's going to have to get approved, and then he's going to have to sign all the contracts. I don't know. I mean, they can try to fast track it, but I don't know if there is enough time with that, with TakeOver being only 2 weeks away. I mean, they could get it done, but I don't see it happening. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, though. Derek Book says Bo Dallas to join Bray Wyatt, growing out his beard. Bray has actually said over the last couple of months that he feels like his brother is the most underutilized guy in the company. And if you look at Bo Dallas when he was like NXT champion, he was really good. It's just I don't know if he just came to the main roster and Vince took a look at him and goes, "Oh, who the hell is this guy? Is he only employed here because his father?" So I don't know. Andres Ucida, you think if Roman Reigns was the one to break up the Shield and be heel around that time, you think he would be liked? Now, very unknown. Possible, but it's very unknown. Arpan, What Culture Pro Wrestling shows are one of the hottest independent shows currently featured. That's very, very true. They usually have really hot crowds. The crowd's always into it. And because they're backed by What Culture, the magazine and the online website and stuff, they have a good budget, so they can put on good shows and get good talent and all this other stuff. So that is one thing, that they're backed by a big corporation that gives them a really good budget. I0, the Money in the Bank matches aren't even out yet, right? No. We still got to go through Backlash before we can even talk Money in the Bank. But, I mean, they got to start thinking of, who do we want to win Money in the Bank? Who do we want to hold that briefcase? How long do we want them to hold the briefcase? So they got to start kind of, thinking things through. I have heard, like I said, the name Baron Corbin come up. Maybe Sami Zayn. I don't think so. That's a fan favorite. I mean, hell, AJ Styles, that would be something different. We've never seen AJ do something like that where he's got the briefcase and he can cash it in at any time. But I really think it would help Baron Corbin. It can help build him up as more of a bigger star. They want to push him in the main event. They want him to be like the number 1, number 2 heel on SmackDown right there with Kevin Owens. So, or Jinder, whoever they're going to push Jinder. I don't even know. Robert Cathy says, good looking out on that Dave Meltzer podcast. I actually like it. I felt I wasted a year listening to Cheap Heat. Oh, I listened to the Wrestling Observer. I listen to them daily. I mean, they have at least 3 times a week, if not more. They have a show with Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer. And then they have the shows on Tuesday night with Brian Alvarez, Vinny, and Craig, where they actually watch Monday Night Raw and Nitro from 19 years ago and review it. Then they have their other shows where they review NXT, they review Lucha Underground when that's on, they review Raw. Then they also have the one, it's another Brian Alvarez and Vinny V show where they watch NWA from 30 years ago and review that. It's all great radio. I mean, if you got, like I do, I got an hour drive every morning taking my son to school and back home. Boom. I throw on the Wrestling Observer stuff. Perfect. Let's see. Sasha Banks, Bayley, Crazy Steve debut by summer. Possibly. Like I said before, he's telling promoters that he can work with them, but his time is limited that he can work with them. And that just leads me to believe that they're either working on a deal with WWE or he's just waiting on to do medicals or something along those lines. But it does look very, very likely. Just for fun gaming, I like how SmackDown got the gimmick pay-per-views like Money in the Bank and Elimination Chamber. Yeah. It does help the SmackDown brand getting those. Makes them seem a little more important. Nicholas Schultz, Zack Ryder update. Not much except for, I think, last week Zack said he was able to get in a ring for the first time since his surgery. His surgery was back in December. It was a knee injury. And he was given the okay to get back into a ring to do very light work, probably like run the ropes or something. Do a couple in-ring drills. Let's see. Andres Ucida, who do you see as WWE champion at the end of the year? Honestly, I don't even know. Right now, Randy Orton's the champion. Could be Jinder. Are they going to give Jinder a long run? I don't know. Could it be Rusev? Rusev wants a title match at Money in the Bank. We'll have to wait and see. That's going to be very interesting as far as how far are they really pushing Jinder. Are they actually going to push Rusev? Like Rusev saying that he wants a title match at Money in the Bank, or he's going to leave. So, caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim.
How's it going?
Cool. How about you? It's been kind of a slow night for the calls. I thought I'd call in.
Right. So what's your question?
Okay, so Raw was kind of boring tonight, but, what was your opinion? Okay, so Braun Strowman is actually injured, right? Like his elbow is actually injured.
Right, he's going to have surgery.
Why were they, like, targeting his arm, or like, how was that fake? Like, how was that staged? Like, why were they going after his arm so much?
They were going after the shoulder because WWE is trying to say that it's a torn rotator cuff, which is a shoulder injury. So they had Roman attack the shoulder, and I don't know exactly which arm the elbow injury's on. So also it could have been the opposite arm that they were attacking tonight on Raw.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, okay. Another thing, you know how when Braun Strowman first, became like a monster, he was kind of with us the whole show. Does that make sense?
Right.
I think the Miz is kind of like taking that position. Like he was on a good 4 times tonight, no matter if it was backstage or anything else.
Well, like I said, it's probably with the whole they know he's injured. They known he's injured, I think, since before Payback, I think, is when the injury actually came. So they got to push somebody up as a top heel, maybe doing Miz.
And the Miz is perfect.
The top heel while Braun Strowman's out. I mean, the top feud is going to be Dean Ambrose and Miz with the Intercontinental Championship since Brock Lesnar's not coming back anytime soon. So you got to push Miz up there and make him a legitimate top guy on the brand right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Miz versus Balor, but Balor and Wyatt is scripting a feud right now.
Right.
But here's the thing with the whole Superstar shakeup. There's a few guys that always stayed on SmackDown because you look the land of opportunity. That's SmackDown. Bray Wyatt was the dead face center of that. I mean, Bray Wyatt. He was a talent since 2013 when he came in. I was watching him when he came in, but now with the brand split, he was one of the only guys that actually capitalized on it. So he probably should have stayed on SmackDown Live.
Right, and that was a last-minute change because it was supposed to be AJ Styles coming to Monday Night Raw, and then the day of the Superstar shakeup, they just changed their minds and said, you know what, we're moving Bray Wyatt instead. So that wasn't something that they've been thinking about doing. It was just something of, here's the opportunity we have. We don't want to move AJ right now, so who can we move? Who would make sense?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I don't know. Bray Wyatt is one of the guys that they shouldn't have moved. And to be honest with you, if they wouldn't have had to pick between AJ Styles and Bray Wyatt, they probably should have kept them both on SmackDown because Raw's got so many other people. It's loaded over there on SmackDown. Yes, I mean on Raw. I mean SmackDown's the better show right now because it's more passionate.
Right.
But Raw is just loaded. It's nonstop. Balor, Miz, Ambrose.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So thanks for taking my call.
Not a problem. Thanks for the call. Have a great night.
Yep, you too. Bye.
All right. Oh, Stop the One's got a good question. He says, who do you think will be the 6 competitors in the Money in the Bank match this year? And I think it could be Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler. If Jinder's not the champion, then Jinder. Maybe, depending on what they're doing with him, maybe Shinsuke Nakamura. And then you get somebody else you can randomly throw in there, like maybe a Mojo. But that's who maybe I can see being the 6. Robert Cathy, glad it's good callers. I know Tim is tired of my 20-minute calls. I don't mind the long calls, not at all. especially if it's actually like someone that's got a good talking point or knows what they're talking about or actually has something to say. Not to knock anybody, but I mean, there's some people that have called before and kind of rambled. But I mean, in the end, everyone's got a point they want to make. So hey, I let them make their points. Nicholas Schultz, Luke Harper. There you go. That's the name. Luke Harper. I don't know why I couldn't think of that name. You can do, okay, boom. Take out Mojo. Take out Jinder. Add Luke Harper. Add Eric Rowan. Well, stop the one. Who will face Randy Orton? Rusev. If you didn't see on SmackDown 2 weeks ago, there was a video that played. It was like a cell phone video. Rusev says, I sent this video into the SmackDown general manager. I want a championship match at Money in the Bank. If I don't get a championship match at Money in the Bank, I'm going to pack my bags. I'm going to go back to Bulgaria. I'm done with the WWE. So, it looks like at Money in the Bank, Rusev getting that championship match. If Rusev wasn't hurt, I heard he would have got the championship match at Backlash, but because he's out of action, he went with Jinder. Because Vince is all, I want to build up a guy for India. Let's see, Ken Forbes, what makes ROH better than Impact? Who's the best indie wrestler? Well, ROH is better than Impact because, first off, the wrestling's better in ROH. Second, I feel like the TV is more consistent in Ring of Honor than in Impact Wrestling, because Impact Wrestling, you watch the TV 1 week, and yes, they do tape like multiple shows at a time, but sometimes it's inconsistent even at that. And then also with Ring of Honor, like I said, I think the TV's way better. I honestly do. The wrestling's better. The guys that are there are higher caliber in my opinion, but it's really an opinion thing. Jaden Bevins says SmackDown has better mic talkers and wrestlers. Signature Kevin, will Crazy Steve have the creepy clown gimmick? That is very unknown. We have no clue if his name's even going to be Steve, Crazy Steve, what gimmick he's going to have in WWE. We got to hear that he's officially signed. Maybe they announce that at TakeOver. It's only 2 weeks away. Derek Boakes, where does AJ fall into the Money in the Bank? I honestly don't know. If he, which he should, loses to, and here's the thing. Here's something that came to mind. If AJ, which he should, loses a Backlash U.S. title match, you put him in Money in the Bank and take out Sami Zayn and do Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. They've been doing Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens every night on this UK tour, and I'm hearing they're tearing the house down. AJ Styles has been working a 3-way WWE Championship match with Randy Orton and Jinder. Andre Susita, what do you think about the NWA coming back? It's not that it's coming back. The NWA's been around. It's the fact of now Billy Corgan has got the name and the rights to it, and he wants to do something with it. I don't know what that is. Nobody knows what that is, other than he's got full reign to do whatever he wants with it. So we just sit back and we wait and see what he does. Joe Brown, Ty for Money in the Bank SmackDown. They could do Ty Dillinger. I don't know where they're going with Ty Dillinger, as he hasn't really been used as well as I would have liked on SmackDown. But again, it's only been about a month, so. Signature Kevin, Impact Wrestling One Night Only is being aired this Thursday, along with the following this week's episode. The One Night Only, you're talking about like pay-per-view? Because the last One Night Only, they didn't even announce any of the matches for it until like the pay-per-view started, which is horrible. How are you going to have a pay-per-view and want people to buy it if you don't even tell them which matches are going to be on the card? Just for Fun Gaming, foreign crowds are so much energetic than U.S. crowds. Usually, but I didn't feel that tonight. I honestly did not feel that tonight on on Raw at all. Like, yes, they sang Enzo. They sang for Bailey. But other than that, it was like a normal crowd. Ryan Armstrong's asking about the NWA and Billy Corgan's going to be on TV. We don't know. All we know is that Billy Corgan bought the rights to the NWA. He's got the name, the title, all that other stuff. But we don't know what he's going to do with it. Is he going to start a brand new promotion? Is he going to take that to another promotion like Jeff Jarrett kind of did and form an alliance? And, you know, TNA, when they first started, was TNA or NWA TNA. So we've also seen others like NWA Wildside and NWA West Coast. So Robert Cathy, what is the deal with Billy Corgan buying NWA? Like I just said, it's unknown what his intentions are. He's always wanted to own his own wrestling company, run his own wrestling company, and he's now got the rights to do it. He's got the means, he's got the resources. In Chicago, he's got a lot of resources with television companies and stuff there, so we're going to have to wait and see exactly what his end goal is far as is he going to start a brand new promotion? Is he going to take the NWA name to another promotion and use their wrestlers and put them on TV? We don't know. Kevin Forbes, what channel does ROH come on? I'm trying to get into it. It depends. Right now, ROH runs, if you have Comet, you can watch that on Wednesdays. If you don't have Comet, a lot of people get it syndicated on Saturday or Sundays on either their Fox affiliate or their ABC affiliate. Some also get it on their CW affiliate, which is in association with Fox. I get it on both Fox and CW. Now, Ring of Honor, the company that owns Ring of Honor, Sinclair Broadcasting, just bought Tribune Media. Tribune Media owns a lot of big-time TV stations. So maybe they put Ring of Honor on a big-time TV station. I mean, Tribune owns WGN, based out of Chicago. WWE used to be on WGN. WCW used to be on WGN. So maybe they put ROH on WGN. Andre Sucida, I thought NWA belonged to WWE. NWA's never belonged to WWE. They had a deal with the WWE where in 98, I want to say it was, 97, 98, they had the NWA North American Championship and the NWA Tag Team titles defended in WWE, and the storyline with all that jazz. But they were never owned by WWE. Never at all. Derek Bogue, does anybody realize that people like Samoa Joe, Asuka, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor are all older and won't be around a whole lot of time? Very true. AJ's either this year or next year turning 40. Shinsuke's like 38, 39. Joe's up there. Asuka's up there. Finn's like 36, 37. People don't understand that. You're very right, Derek. Very, very right. DeAndre Dukes, any idea what WWE is doing with Eli Sampson? Unknown. Completely unknown. Ruben says, one more match, Triple H, Batista, WrestleMania 34. Batista wants to come back and fight Triple H. And Vince keeps giving... Sorry about that. Anyways, Batista said on the Jericho podcast he wants to come back. He wants to get one more run, one more big match against Triple H. And Vince keeps giving them the, all right, we'll see what we can do. We'll call you back when something comes up, when we figure something out. I mean, he said he's talked to Vince at least 2 times, if not more. But nothing's come of it. Nothing at all. Signature Kevin, Trevor Lee is good. Trevor Lee is good. I like Trevor Lee. He's really good in the X Division in TNA. Ryan Armstrong, Season 1 and 2 of Lucha Underground is on Netflix. Yes, you can watch Lucha Underground on Netflix, Season 1, Season 2. Season 3 is supposed to start back up at the end of this month, I believe. But I don't know. Hopefully it gets better, because Season 3's been Robert Cathy, I could send a link for ROH, but my daughter hijacked my tablet. I'll post it tomorrow. Alright. But yeah, if you don't get Comment and you do want to see Ring of Honor, check out your local Fox affiliate, CW affiliate, or your ABC. Like I said, I get it on both Fox. I think I get it on CW on Saturday nights, Fox on Sunday afternoons, and I have heard some people say that they get it. I know there's a few people I've talked to out of Washington who say that they get it on ABC. Robert Cathy, Batista killed it in Guardians. Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Batista was great in that movie as Drax the Destroyer. Andre Sucida, what do you think of Fozzie's new song? I did listen to it, but I can't really comment because that's not my type of music. I really only listen to country music. So the song sounded alright to me, but like I said, it's not my type of music, so I can't really comment on that. Just for Fun Gaming, thoughts on Wrestling Society X. It was alright for what it was. A lot of names that you wouldn't think, like, hold on. People don't understand. Wrestling Society X could have been something big, but it just didn't get off the ground like it should have. But I know Teddy Hart was there. Jack Evans was in Wrestling Society X. I think Seth Rollins was in Wrestling Society X. Let me pull up their roster real fast. Wrestling Society X had... Let me see. Jack Evans, Jimmy Jacobs, Joey Ryan, Justin Credible, Matt Sydal, who you all know as Evan Bourne, Matt Cross, who goes under the name, who is in Lucha Underground, Son of Havoc in Lucha Underground, New Jack, Ricky Banderas, Teddy Hart, Tyler Black, who is Seth Rollins. They were all in Vampiro as well. Were all in Wrestling Society X. It only lasted 10 episodes or so. Could have been a very interesting promotion. It was ran on MTV. It just didn't get off the ground like they really wanted to. It was ran at it was aired at 11 o'clock at night. It was really weird with the way they didn't really promote it much. Some episodes were aired even later than that, so ultimately, MTV was just like, it's not getting ratings. It's not doing what we thought it would. Well, of course it's not doing what you thought it would with the time slot they were giving it, but Ryan Armstrong, is it true that Glow is coming back? Sort of. So if you remember, Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling from the 80s, Netflix has gotten the rights to do a TV series about Glow. So it's not actually Glow Wrestling as far as like a promotion coming back or whatever, but it's effective. It's an actual TV series on Netflix based off of Glow. I know Chavo Guerrero is hired to be a trainer to help the actresses and actors that are going to be actually wrestling in the ring. Awesome Kong has a role in the show. And so we're going to have to wait and see exactly if that's going to be any good. I will check it out, at least the first couple episodes. Signature Kevin, do you think Drew McIntyre should be in the UK show and Neville could be there? Nah, I mean, they have enough guys for that UK show. I know what they were doing with Neville is good. With Cruiserweight division, keep him there. Cool. They did use, who was it? TJ Perkins, Rich Swann, Akira Tozawa. They did use those guys for the tapings. Let's see. With the way Batista left, it makes sense for him to have a Triple H match. Exactly. I mean, the way he was like, I'm not doing your dirty work anymore. Bye. And did the little, that wave or whatever it was that he did. So, I mean, it would be perfect. It's already set up. Him, Triple H. Anyways, let's get back to this Raw review. So, after the whole Braun Strowman Roman Reigns thing, we had Golden Truth backstage, and Truth was listening to his music and bopping his head and stuff, and Goldust was like, dude, you need to concentrate. Kurt told us that we don't have a good win-loss record. We need to concentrate. If we can win tonight, we can get the title match and go from there. And next match was the tag team turmoil, #1 contenders. Enzo and Cass come out, do their shtick, get beat by Cesaro and Sheamus. Heath Slater and Rhino come out. They take out Rhino. They double team on Heath Slater. Boom. Run through them. Anderson and Gallows come out. They get some time. It was decent. Good heel on heel match. Ultimately, Cesaro and Sheamus ran through them. Then the Golden Truth come out. And you think, they're giving them time. You don't think they're going to win, though. And they went back and forth. R-Truth got some good offense. Goldust got some good offense. But in the end, it was Sheamus and Cesaro coming out victorious, getting a championship match against the Hardys, which probably would come at Extreme Rules. Post-match, Sheamus gave Goldust the brogue kick, also put the boots to Truth. Hardy Boys then came down, but Sheamus and Cesaro retreated out of the ring. Sea Monster says Strowman loses an off PvP segment, and he's beat so bad he can't even fight back. Okay. Robert Cathy says Triple H versus Shane has to happen. Nicholas Schultz. Golden Truth, though. I mean, they gave Golden Truth more offense than I expected. That's for sure. Just for Fun Gaming, did you watch Bring It to the Table? Not yet. I did not get an opportunity to watch that yet. It did air at 8 o'clock right after Monday Night Raw went off the air. I did see some of the topics. I think they were going to talk about House of Horrors. I did have someone message me saying that Corey Graves actually said on there that SmackDown's the better show as far as they have better wrestling, but Raw has segments that you just can't do on SmackDown because of the time constraint. So interesting, very interesting things there that I want to see. And then I did get a video someone sent me of the opening. Well, this is interesting. The very opening of the show, you see Rosenberg and he says, "My comments on Roman Reigns, they've been controversial." And then you see Corey Graves and he says, "I've said some," what was it? He says, "I've said some controversial things about," he says somebody. He said, "I've said controversial things about so-and-so." And then they look at JBL and he goes, "I won $21 last week playing golf." That's all I've seen. Someone sent me that. But yeah, it's very interesting that Rosenberg said, "Oh, I've made controversial comments on this guy." Corey Graves says, "I've made controversial comments on this guy." And then JBL's like, "Hey, hi, I'm JBL. I won some money playing golf." Like, really? That was a complete dig right there if I ever seen one. Just you see who has more heat on WWE, CM Punk or Del Rio? Whew. I don't know, because they both got heat with Triple H. I mean, Punk literally told Triple H before WrestleMania 30, "Why should I face you at WrestleMania? That match would do nothing for me, and it's a nothing match." Del Rio, Triple H has just always seen Del Rio as somebody that just doesn't want to do what he's told. Always thinks that his way is the right way. Wants to do what he wants. So, you guys are asking about X-Pac. X-Pac got in trouble for trying to, I guess, smuggle drugs overseas. They think he was trying to actually sell the drugs overseas. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what comes of that. He said that it was all legal and right and he was good with what he had. I don't know. Robert Cathy, when are they airing the Table for Three with Cornette and Bischoff? Haven't heard yet when. Will be a very interesting one, though. DeAndre Dukes, even if Jinder Mahal doesn't win at Backlash, do you see WWE continuing to push him and the Singh brothers? I think so. I think one big thing is going to be how that crowd reacts. It's a Chicago crowd. So that crowd's going to be hot for sure. Signature Kevin, when Strowman hold the title? Strowman ain't getting that title. Brock's probably going to hold it till Mania next year and then drop it to Roman Reigns, unfortunately. So then we had, on Raw, Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. An intense battle with Joe and Rollins. Joe using a reverse leg sweep on Rollins' injured knee. He targeted it. You know, that's his whole thing. I'm going to target your knee. Joe briefly clamped the Kikina clutch, but Rollins quickly hit the jawbreaker, reversing it, then hit consecutive topes, and then a clothesline off the top rope. He did that CM Punk move where CM Punk is on the apron, bounces off the top rope, hits a clothesline. Like, it's the first thing I thought of. I saw that move and I was like, CM Punk. Joe shut him down, though, with a chop to the throat and then a snap power slam. Here's a question. Joe did a really nice snap power slam. Randy Orton does a really nice snap power slam. Who do you guys think does the better snap power slam? Samoa Joe or Randy Orton? Randy Orton's been doing it for as long as I can remember. Joe's been doing it forever as well. Who do you think does the better snap power slam? Anyways, that was something that came to mind when I saw that in the match. But they did a spot where Rollins tried to lift Joe up. You would think he's going for the Falcon Arrow. He couldn't get him up, and then he eventually did hit the Falcon Arrow. Got a 2 count, though. Rollins missed a roundhouse kick. Joe tried a Kikina clutch, but Rollins hit an enziguri. Rollins went to the top rope, but Joe caught him and attempted a muscle buster. Rollins accidentally pulled the top turnbuckle off, and this is what played into the end of the match. Referee tried to put the turnbuckle pad back on. Joe took it from the referee and threw it. Ref told him if you did anything with that turnbuckle, you're going to be disqualified. He then sent Seth face first into the turnbuckle. Bada boom. Joe was disqualified. Joe said, you know what? I ain't having this. It ain't over. Put him in the Kikina clutch and literally choked Rollins unconscious. RPAM is asking about Magnus here in the chat. It's a good one. Magnus, everyone thinks, oh, well, his wife is Mickie James. She's in the WWE. They're going to work a deal. He's coming. No. He has not talked to... The last I heard, he has not been talking with WWE, and that's because he's back with Impact. He's the Global Force Wrestling Champion. Global Force Wrestling Championships are defended in Impact Wrestling now, and spoiler alert, he's going to lose that title, though, to Alberto Del Rio. Oops, not Alberto El Patron. So, yes, he is actually back with Impact. They're going to use him once they finally do start the World of Sport tapings in the UK. So he's really engrossed with that stuff right now. He's not coming to WWE anytime soon that I can see. Derek Boak's got to go. Have a good night, Derek. Thank you for joining us here in the live stream. They then announced that next week Ambrose will be facing The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Neville and TJ Perkins had an angle from earlier in the day that they played up on Facebook. Neville told TJP, you need to get a big win like Jack Gallagher did. So if you can defeat Jack Gallagher tonight, I'll think about giving you a championship match. They then did have TJP versus Jack Gallagher in like a 3-minute match. Gallagher walloped TJP with the headbutt in the first strike of the match for a near fall. It spilled outside where TJP gave Gallagher a drop toe hold to the ring steps. TJP went for the detonation kick, but Gallagher escaped for an O'Connor roll. TJP reversed it while holding the trunks for the pin. When pressed by Cole, Neville, because Neville was on commentary, Neville denied he promised TJP a title shot, saying that never happened. TJP was now leaning towards, I want my title match. Neville was laughing about it. After the match, TJP did the chop block to Gallagher and then put him in an ankle lock. Aries ran out from the crowd, sent TJP packing after a series of forearms. We then had a quick 2-3-minute match. Sasha Banks defeated Alicia Fox. Sasha won with the double knees, but this is where the controversy comes. So as the referee's counting, referee's on one side, Alicia's on the under, Alicia's getting pinned, and they kind of spin. The girls spin, and as the referee counts 1, 2, as his hand goes down for 2, her shoulder comes up and then comes back down. He counts 3. Ref didn't see any of that. Some people think that it was a botch, but the way that Corey Graves went to it, made it a big deal immediately, does make me believe that it was a work. Cedric Alexander, Rebellious Trap, is asking, yes, Cedric is still injured. You guys are asking about Paige and Del Rio. All I know is they had an argument that many people were able to experience, I guess you can say, as they weren't backstage for Impact. It was during the Impact tapings. They weren't backstage, but they were out on the back lot where Impact does do some of their tapings, and they got into a heated argument. Fans heard it, fans witnessed it, and apparently they're okay. So I don't know. Ruben, payback was last week. Let's see. Stop the wand. So what is this thing with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax? I don't know. I guess Nia's going to have her back until she gets a title match. I do know they're almost best friends in real life. So maybe they just wanted to work together. I don't know. Just for Fun Gaming, are you go to WrestleCon? WrestleCon was over WrestleMania weekend. I don't know what you're trying to ask there. I did not go to Orlando at all this year for WrestleMania or any of that. All right, before we get into the main event, I do want to once again let you guys know if you want to help out Pro Wrestling Unlimited, you can do so by heading over to gawkbox.com/PWUnlimited. All you got to do there is interact with their website, either watch a 15, 30-second video clip, you can download an app, and yeah. Their advertisers tip me. Only takes a couple minutes out of your time. You can also create an account there, so it makes it even easier for you. You can also go to our TeePublic store, get any of our T-shirts. We do have our new "I'm a Jinder Mahal Guy" shirt that's selling all right. Pretty interesting that people are actually buying it. I made it as a joke, but hey, people like it. People want it. You can go there. We have our Team PWU shirts. I'm a PWU guy. All of our shirts can also be purchased as a sticker. The designs can be purchased as a sticker on a cell phone case, on a coffee mug. Endless options. Also, if you want, you can hit that super chat button here, or head over to our Streamlabs page where the link is in the description. If you do donate with one of our special donation amounts, then you'll trigger a cool donation animation and sound here in the live stream tonight. Signature Kevin, did you see the Mike Bennett interview? He dyed his hair and cut his hair. I have not seen that. Interesting. I will look that up though. Just for gaming sake, am I gonna go next year? I do not know. All right. Let's see. Just for Fun Gaming says, make a shirt that says, "I'm not finished with you." Alright, so the main event for Raw was Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. Miz was on commentary. Wyatt was standing on the floor, suplexed Ambrose from the second rope to the floor. After Wyatt missed a senton bomb, Ambrose hit a double axe handle off the top rope to the floor. After that, Wyatt hit a flying shoulder block. Miz and Maurice then went down to ringside. Some fans started chanting for Randy Savage for some weird reason. I don't know why, but they just said, Randy Savage. Unknown why they did that. I mean, it's a UK crowd. They're kind of weird sometimes. No offense. Wyatt then went for a superplex, but Ambrose sent him down after 4 headbutts. Ambrose came off the top rope, but Wyatt met him with a right hand, only for Ambrose to respond with a rebound clothesline. Miz picked up Ambrose's Intercontinental Championship and started pandering around with it. I guess he was trying to distract Dean Ambrose. Ambrose dove out of the ring with a tope on the Miz. Afterwards, Ambrose threw Wyatt back in the ring. Miz leveled Ambrose with the Intercontinental Championship belt. Wyatt covered Ambrose, who did kick out though. Wyatt then went for the Sister Abigail, hit it, pinned Dean Ambrose 1, 2, 3. Post-match, Miz punched Ambrose several times and told Ambrose that he would become the new Intercontinental Champion next week. In the end, everyone looked at Miz and he simply said, "Awesome!" before Raw went off the air. And then I did hear, actually I saw it on that stream they were doing before it cut out, Dean Ambrose then grabbed the mic and said, "Hey, if Miz wants a shot at my title, he can have it right now." And then they did a dark match. It was an Intercontinental title dark match. Dean Ambrose versus The Miz, where Dean Ambrose did come out victorious. Signature Kevin says, "I would buy that shirt." All right, I'll have it for you. I'll have it up tomorrow. Bray Wyatt, the eater of pins. Let's see. Rubber Kathy, I gotta get me a PW shirt. I gotta sport it next time WWE comes to the Staples Center. Heck yeah. We got plenty different ones. Let's see. Jaden Bevins, SummerSlam 2017, Hardys vs. Revival ladder match. That would be a good match. Hardys may be broken by then, though. They're trying to get it very soon with the I guess demands they're making to Impact, and Impact's making demands back. It's a very big cluster and a big to-do. Apparently with the Hardys right now, WWE told Impact, okay, we're going to pay you out for the gimmick. We're going to buy the gimmick from you right out. But we want the intellectual property, the IP, but we also want all the trademarks. WWE wants Impact to pay for all the trademarks. Impact doesn't have any trademarks on other than, I think, Broken Hardy or Broken Matt. So now they're scrambling. Broken Brilliance, Brother Nero, Senor Benjamin. They're trying to get the patents, or not patents, but the trademarks for all of those so then they can transfer them over to the WWE. Last I heard, WWE apparently put some sort of clause in the in the deal they're trying to make with Impact, as far as if we don't get it within this amount of time, what we need for the gimmick, this is null and void, and we can do it. We can get the trademarks and everything. But the issue is, yes, WWE can go and get any trademark for any of this that Impact doesn't have a trademark on yet. But with Impact still owning the intellectual property, there will be some restrictions on what WWE can and can't do. So that's why they've put this thing on there where, hey, if you can't provide us with the correct paperwork for all this by X date, it's all null and void. We can take it, we can do what we want with it. So that's the issue right now going on. Impact's now trying to get all their paperwork in check so that WWE can pay them for the gimmick. Stop the One said, that reminded me that when I went to SmackDown Live 3 months ago in February, the dark match was Miz versus Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz threw his shirt to the crowd, and that person threw it back and said, "You suck." I saw a video of that. That was pretty funny. Maurice picked it up and put it on. Yeah, I did see a video of that. That was pretty funny. But, all right. Let me see if there's any last-minute news to let you guys, to update you on before we do end the live stream here tonight. Gerardo Mendoza. But even if WWE gets the broken gimmick, what about it? Like, if they get it, we don't even know how WWE would use it, to be honest. Like, they can get it and then kill it. Like, they can do something wrong, mess it up. Ember Moon. Got some news on Ember Moon. Ember Moon, WWE has confirmed her injury. And Ember Moon is going to be out 4 to 5 weeks, which ultimately, with TakeOver being in 2 weeks, takes her out of TakeOver for sure. Let's see. I think that's all we've got here tonight. I mean, as always, if any news breaks, we'll have it for you. And I know, I got to say this real fast. I know there are people that have been telling me that they don't get notifications here on YouTube. There's an issue with YouTube. Yes, I post multiple videos a day. Some people say that, I had 2 people come to me on Saturday and 2 or 3 people come on Sunday, message me on Twitter saying, hey, I didn't know till like 3, 4, 5 hours after you posted on YouTube that you even posted, because YouTube didn't notify them. Well, there's an issue with YouTube right now. With that, I'm not the only one hearing that. There's other people that are getting those issues. So if you are having issues with you're not getting notifications from YouTube, we also, as soon as we post on YouTube, I post out the link on Twitter, I post out on Instagram, and I post out on Facebook. So if you can follow us on any of those, you will also get notified. Just turn notifications on. You'll get notified on any of those social media sites as well, letting you know, hey, Pro Wrestling Unlimited posted something. Go check it out. If it's a video, there's always a link with it, especially if it's Twitter or Facebook. If it's just something else, hey, I post a lot of things on Twitter as well. That would probably be your best bet to follow us, is on Twitter. So again, if you aren't getting notifications here on YouTube, don't worry. You can always just follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But with that, I do want to say thank you to everybody who was here tonight on the live stream, in the chat, callers, listeners, everybody. Great time as always. You guys are asking now. The Facebook is facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. The Twitter is @PW Unlimited. And then on Instagram, it's just Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Just search Pro Wrestling Unlimited on Instagram, and you'll find it there. Also, if you guys ever have any questions, any show requests, like if you want to see me talk, if you want me to talk about a certain topic, if you have like a new type of video you want me to try out, message me. If you have a question about wrestling, if you just want to talk about wrestling, message me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I respond as quick as I can, usually within less than an hour or so. And yeah, I love talking to you guys off of the live chats anywhere. I mean, there's many of you that are here in the live chat now that can attest to it, that if you guys message me on social media, I'm going to respond as quickly as I can. And I love interacting with you guys on social media. That's one of the best things about this, is the interaction with you guys. But again, with all that, I want to say thank you for joining us here on the live stream. Have a good night. Tomorrow is SmackDown Live. SmackDown will be pre-taped again if we get some sort of stream like we did today. Remember, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I will be, if I get the link, I'll tweet it out. I'll Facebook it out. I'll Instagram it. So if there is a way for you guys to watch it in the afternoon or whenever it is tomorrow live, just keep a lock on our Twitter account for sure, and I'll be posting that out if there is a link. If there's not a link, then of course we'll watch SmackDown when SmackDown does come on. But that's going to do it for this episode. Have a great night. Thank you guys for all your support and everything you do for us. We'll see you tomorrow night, same time, for SmackDown Live.